Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today's news is about a Zimbabwean lady who was caught on camera inside a ShopRite in Limpopo while trying to steal. The footage has since made rounds, sparking plenty of debate among South Africans who are already frustrated with crime and illegal immigration. Please watch till the end to see the sources and try to verify the news for yourself. And before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more real updates that affect everyday life in South Africa. Now, let's get into what happened. According to reports, the incident took place in Limpopo at a ShopRite store where a Zimbabwean woman was caught on surveillance cameras allegedly attempting to steal items. The footage showed her moving suspiciously in the aisles and trying to conceal some goods, only to be spotted by security and later confronted. Situations like these often go viral quickly because they touch on issues that many South Africans feel strongly about: crime, unemployment, and the presence of undocumented foreigners in the country. In a country where unemployment is sitting at very high levels and crime feels like it's everywhere, incidents like this hit a nerve. People immediately start asking hard questions. Why is crime so common? Why are shops constantly losing goods to theft? And more specifically, why are foreigners often linked to these cases? Of course, the reality is that South Africans also commit theft, but when a case involves a foreign national, especially one from Zimbabwe, it stirs emotions even more because of the existing debates around immigration. The ShopRite brand is well known and trusted across South Africa, serving millions of people daily. For ordinary South Africans, ShopRite is where they buy bread, maize meal, cooking oil, and all the basics that keep families going. So when theft happens inside such a store, it's not just a private matter. It becomes something that affects the community, because theft leads to tighter security, higher costs, and eventually, higher prices on the shelves. In this Limpopo case, after the woman was spotted and confronted, the situation became tense. Staff and security reportedly managed to recover the stolen goods, but the bigger conversation was already spreading on social media. Many users expressed anger, saying that South Africans are struggling to survive, and now they also have to deal with foreigners coming in and breaking the law. Others argued that poverty and desperation don't have a nationality, and crime will always happen when people are hungry and unemployed, regardless of where they come from. This debate is part of a larger national picture. Limpopo, because of its border with Zimbabwe, often sees high movement of people between the two countries. Some of those crossings are legal, but many are not. Once inside South Africa, undocumented migrants often struggle to find formal jobs, leading some into the informal economy or, in unfortunate cases, into crime. That's why incidents like the ShopRite theft tend to confirm what some South Africans already believe about foreigners being involved in illegal activities. At the same time, it's important to note that not all Zimbabweans in South Africa are involved in crime. Many are working hard, sending money back home, and trying to build better lives for their families. But the challenge is that the few cases of crime overshadow the many who are simply living quietly and contributing. This is why the immigration debate is so heated. It's never black and white, but rather a mix of complex realities. For the ordinary person standing in a queue at ShopRite in Limpopo that day, though, what they saw was simple: someone trying to take what did not belong to them. And it's moments like these that fuel the anger of communities who feel like they're being let down by government policies. People ask, why are borders not properly managed? Why are foreign nationals allowed to stay without proper documentation? And why is crime not being dealt with more harshly? This ShopRite case also points to another problem: the pressure on retailers. Shoplifting is a daily headache for supermarkets across South Africa. Some thefts are small, like someone hiding a bar of soap or a tin of fish, while others involve more organized groups who come in with a clear plan to steal large amounts. For security guards and staff, it becomes a game of constant vigilance. But even with cameras and guards, theft still happens. And when it's captured on camera, as in this case, it becomes a public talking point. The Limpopo community has expressed frustration, and many people say they're tired of crime being normalized. They want stronger action, both from government and from law enforcement, to ensure that communities are safe and that shops are protected. Because at the end of the day, the losses from theft are not just borne by the stores, but by customers too, who see rising prices in already tough economic conditions. The anger also connects to politics. Parties like Action SA, Patriotic Alliance, and even movements like Jujula have long said that illegal immigration is tied to crime in South Africa. They use these incidents to push their message that borders should be secured and that illegal foreigners should be deported. On the other hand, human rights groups warn against painting all foreigners with the same brush, reminding us that crime is a South African problem too, not just a foreign problem. Still, perception matters. And when videos circulate of a Zimbabwean woman being caught inside ShopRite, that perception fuels more frustration among citizens who feel their communities are under siege. Now, beyond the politics, let's think about the human side for a moment. Imagine what would drive someone to risk being caught and shamed for trying to steal. Poverty, hunger, unemployment, these are real struggles, both for South Africans and foreigners. While theft can't be excused, understanding the desperation behind it gives a fuller picture of the challenges we face as a society. But in South Africa, people are also tired of sympathy without accountability. As one resident said on social media, you can't walk into a store and just take things, no matter your situation. People are struggling everywhere, but most still queue, pay, and make do with what little they have. That's why the frustration is so sharp when theft cases happen. At the end of the day, this incident at ShopRite in Limpopo is a small window into a much bigger problem, a country battling poverty, unemployment, weak border control, and rising crime. It's no wonder emotions run high. People want to feel safe in their communities, they want to shop without worrying about crime, and they want a government that enforces laws fairly and consistently. And because South Africans are always able to bring humor into even the hardest conversations, some joke that ShopRite's slogan should change to "Lower prices you'll try to steal." It's not funny for the store, but it shows how South Africans often deal with frustration by laughing even when the situation is painful. That's all for today's news. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more updates that matter to South Africans. And remember, always watch till the end so you can see the sources and check the news for yourself. All images used in this video are for illustration purposes only. Sources: The South African, Times Live, News 24.